Hey there, fellow manifestors looking for love in December. That's how you know you're in the right place. And I am doing this reading today for the earth signs, for Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. You guys have been just so fun for me. Your response to the readings has got me smiling ear to ear every single time. So I welcome you to my channel, Tarnished Angel Tarot. The reason that I call it Tarnished Angel is because I am a tarnished angel, and so are the people who follow me. It gets to be quite tiresome to be bright and shiny all the time. And the fact is, there's a little bit of a rascal in everyone. There's energy that's a little rascally. And as we learn to embrace our tarnish, we can really start to sparkle. So when it comes to love in December, it's, can you believe 2022 is almost over? By the way, if you are excited about this reading, hit the thumbs up. Be sure to hit the subscribe because then you won't miss any readings. And plus it helps other people who need a touch of love to find the channel. So thank you for those of you who are coming back. I would hug you if I could. And those of you who are visiting, thank you. Okay. So we are doing, this is a new resource that I'm using, love it. I'm going to be using it for each sign. What you do is hold a question in your mind that's got a yes or no, and then I just flip through the book and grab an answer for you. I'm in love with this person, Carol Bolt, bless you wherever you are. So let me just take that and put it aside. In a way, today I'm feeling like this is a cooking show. Just get your ingredients. I have my crystal that was laying on the deck. The sun is coming out at my new reading station, and I'm just feeling a lot of joy and a lot of anticipation when it comes to our December love lives. Yes, it's birthday season for Sagittarius, and happy birthday, Sagittarius. But today's reading is for the earth sign. So what is it? What is it that the divine has for all of us in December? And let's see, I think what our first card is going to be the Taurus, our first reading. Taurus, you have, hang on, let me just key in here a little bit. Do you get accused of being stubborn, Taurus? The very thing that makes you appealing, which is a sense of groundedness and stability, can also annoy your partners, okay? And if you have been accused of being defensive, you're in the right spot. Okay, so those are the two words that I have before we start. So let me cut these. I don't want to shuffle them up too much. And let's draw. So we have Three of Pentacles, Strength. This is the energy I'm picking up on. I think that sometimes your strength, when things don't go your way, or your frustration is a better word, your frustration sometimes can be misinterpreted. And that might be because you're expressing it more like the lion than the lamb, right? And you may have, the death card popping up for us. Yeah, it does seem right away from the get-go here that there's something in the way that you work things out that is not doing you any favors, you know. And I'm just going to tell you straight out what I'm feeling here. Let's look at the bottom of the deck, and this is what you're not seeing. Okay, oh man. All right, so we have some frustration here. We have, let me just look and see. The first thing I'm feeling is, you know what it would be like to have your foot on both the gas and the brake at the same time in your car. And the harder you press on either one of them, there's nowhere, you're getting nowhere. And you're wearing something out, and it's costly. Okay, so the chariot at the bottom of the deck is something that's so important for you, Taurus. I heard a teacher, I wish I could remember which one, who said that the chariot is a card that symbolizes the divine, that the divine cannot touch people here in this world because it's invisible. So the chariot energy means we are carrying the divine's mission in what we do. And so this makes for a driving force within you. There's something that's so important to you that you cannot give up. And even though people may call you out and say you're wasting time, there's a part of you that will not let go. Okay, so that echoing into the strength, I think the call is for you to kind of reevaluate what it is you're aiming for. Have you been seeing a lot of 1111s? If you see them, one of the meanings that I have taken, it's been true for me, has been that it can suggest two intentions that are not capable of being manifested at the same time. So when you see 11s, then you've got those two intentions that are going forward, but they can't cross. Hey, Queen, bless you. Okay, thank you for being here. Because this aha for me a couple of years ago really helped me. I like being single. It's part of what works for me, but it doesn't work for everyone. And a lot of the people that come into my readings are people that want to have a partner, right? So here's what happened for me personally a couple of years ago. I saw that I had straight ahead, you're welcome, Queenie, straight ahead intentions. One, I had no intention of dating a man older than me. Been there, done plenty of bleeping that. I wanted a younger person. Okay, on the other hand, hi, smiling universe. On the other hand, I wanted also to have a man who was confident in his position on the planet and wanting to, similar to me in beliefs and stuff like that, right? So it came apparent to me that some younger people don't have that. They don't have the life, the experience, or the know how to reflect what it is that I'm wanting. So the universe kind of helped me understand that my being single for me worked because that way I can align myself with humans, male, female, non binary, who are completely parallel to me and can bring a lot of value to my life, and I can have fun with them and enjoy their love and our love together without knitting together with a partner. I've done that a couple of times. So anyway, why did I go over on that tangent? Oh, because of the fact that it's taking you a lot of strength, Taurus, to stand in what you're wanting. If you're a manifester and you've been saying affirmations and you've been watching videos and you know what it is you're wanting and you're kind of stubbornly holding on to that, you could be at cross purposes. There might be the same reality going on in your belief system where two of your intentions cannot come together. Okay, so I don't want to throw in a commercial. Yes, I do. But this is exactly why you would want to have a private reading, because that way, for a collective reading, you're going to get the hors d'oeuvres. But if you want to know what to do and how to do it, it's not about me, it's about the cards, because they always help us reflect a story. So here I'm seeing this battle between something inside that's deeply like a core value that wants to be expressed, and then this strength of I know what I want. And so I think it could be connected to career, because this is the teamwork card, and it shows a project where three energies are working together to create something. So this shows me, I love this card showing up for you, Taurus, because your creativity is alive and well. You are producing. You may not be seeing a connection with commercial or how do I want to say this, like a connection to business with your creativity, but it shows that you're willing to be on a team and you're willing to work for what it is you want. I believe that's been true for you for years. Okay, and then on the other side of things, we have this transition card. Something needs to change. This is a call for December. We're finishing out 2022, all those twos, decisions, right? Two, decision after decision after decision. And at this point, could you fall in love by December 31? Of course, any of us could. But the reality is, I think that you need to get very sure on your list. What is it that you think you want? Are there any deal breakers on there? And then ask yourself, seriously, ask your inner being to give you an assist. Ask if you have two intentions about your future in love that cannot be manifested together. If you have a friend that reads the cards, have them read the cards for you, right? Okay, so let me grab, I want to grab my manifesting. Um, I'm going to do this. I'm going to draw, Taurus, I'm going to draw you a quick card here. And then I'm going to use the question book. So that's coming up next, our question book. And we want to thank Vicki Rose. Vicki Rose gave me this beautiful table. And I'm going to take a picture of it and share it with you because ever since I moved back to the States a couple months ago, people have been so generous to help me set up my little apartment. And I'm just so excited to have a fresh start and create a new story. So we're going to draw a card from the moon deck because the new moon is the energy. Is it today? I'm not an astrologer. I just love astrology, but I really feel drawn to pull a bit of advice from the moon deck. So let's see. Thank you all for being here. Be sure to hit subscribe. Come back and visit me. Thumbs up if you relate to this. Let me explain with the thumbs up part of it. When you all allow me, even if you don't like the reading, it's great. Put a thumbs down. But that helps me to create content that is meaningful for you guys. So let's see what we have here. Oh, keep your heart open. First quarter moon in Libra. Okay, so even though this time, and I'll put timestamps on this so you can go back and listen again. And even though it does show that that you need to change something in your intentions, it's not saying to close your heart. All right, it's saying this is a process to kind of wiggle something loose that might be holding you too tight, that's not allowing you to be as open as you need to be to attract someone that is really a great fit. Okay, so now let me get my question answer book. So Taurus, take a moment, or maybe you've been thinking, for this what we want is a question that can be answered yes and no. Okay, so when it comes to love in December, you know what it is that you're wanting to know. Ah, smiling. Is it? Bless your heart. Sometimes if it's feeling hard, then it can go to a more general place, right? And not be too hard on yourself, because it's not easy to take two sparkling people and put them together into a relationship. And I think it can be intimidating. And then if you see people in love, or you think, look at how happy they are and how unhappy I am, the reality is you don't see them behind closed doors. And it might not be all that great, or they might be on a first date. So let me grab my book, and I'm going to shuffle through now. So whatever it is, you know what? I'm going to do it out of camera just so I can balance better. And then I'll put the answer here. So I'm going to flip through, and here's your answer. A headache could be advantageous. A headache could be advantageous. What does that mean? Hi, Nicole. No, I think that in this venue, as far as a yes/no question, I would say that this suggests to me that somebody listening right now has been asked somewhere. There's an invitation. Somebody has asked them to something, and they feel pressured, like, I have to go. I have no option. And so what this answer tells me is that we are allowed to make up some drama for our own self to create a boundary. Now I'm going to be doing Virgo next, so maybe some Virgos are watching too, or even some Capricorns. But the reality is that most of what I'm wanting to share for December is this whole idea of staying in your lane, finding your lane with whatever it is you're doing, romance or career or family, and then stay in your lane. And not only that, but have tools to tell people to get the hell out of your lane, right? Because you deserve to have space that's yours. So when I say to someone, I'm not feeling very well, I'm going to stay home, that in a way is not untrue. Because if I force myself to go somewhere where my gut does not want to go, I'm going to feel like crap there. So I think that this particular answer is take care of yourself first. Okay, but an interesting book, right? And I can't take responsibility for the randomness of the answer. So thank you, Taurus. If you have questions, leave them in the comments because I will take those questions and I will create a reading for it. And you know, you guys, I do, my specialty is 15-second readings. And so you guys who are watching me now, I'm 10 minutes in or whatever it is, and you're still with me. 15 minutes? Whoa, you guys, I love it. But I love suggestions for things I can do readings about. So drop any questions you have about December's reading into the comments and I'll create a little reading for us. Okay, moving on, and we're going to go to Virgo. Okay, Virgo. One thing that I can tell you as we shift to Virgo, thank you, Queenie, is that these three readings are all going to be the earth signs. And so, hi, Nicole, I'm so glad you're here. And the earth signs are related to each other energetically. I'm not an astrologer, I just like astrology. And I'm fascinated by the personality types that go with each sign. So I do know that there is a kinship, a kindred spirit amongst the earth signs, and that many of your values and your core values and desires are similar to one another. So you could listen to the Taurus reading and you might pull out some of that energy for yourself. Another thing, if you're new to my readings, thank you for being here. Be sure to hit the subscribe so I can acknowledge you properly. But I'm what you call an intuitive. Okay, cool. Welcome, Nicole. What a combination. But I read intuitively, and so the traditional Rider Waite is part of my language and part of my collection of cards. But I'm drawn to the art. I always have been, and each reading is unique and different. So, okay, let's take a look for Virgo. And thank you so much, you guys, for being here, keeping me company. I love the cards so much. Okay, we have Page of Wands. That gives me goosebumps. Now, I'm going to mention now and then when I get goosebumps and stuff like that because you will too. And it's one of the biggest pieces of evidence that we are magnetically, energetically connected. Like when you go to a movie or when you're at a concert or go to a movie and a wave of delicious energy just sweeps through the room, right? It's real stuff. Okay, Virgo. And then also, I don't read reversals. I just allow the cards to be read as they fall. Two of Swords, and we have Justice. Oh, interesting. Okay. And now, bottom of the deck, what you're not seeing. Oh, 2 pages. All right, Virgo. All right. So the first thing that I think we can be aware of is I love the pages. About a month ago, I kind of put it out there that I wanted to understand the pages better. I just felt like there's something there that's deeper that I didn't understand. It's very ironic. But the cool thing about YouTube is you can pop on and get educated in a minute. Several wonderful teachers have done short videos on the page, and then you can learn and absorb that way as well as reading about them. And one of the big keys about it was the connection with the inner child. Okay, and why is it important to connect the inner child to this is like I feel like I'm playing school. Raise your hand if you know. But why inner child would be connected to the pages. And so one of the reasons is because they have a very childlike energy. They're very curious. They want to learn. They want to be new at something. When I look at, let's start with what we're not seeing. So the Page of Swords is coming right after the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, the 10 of any suit is the close of a cycle. And if you know the tarot deck, you know that the Ten of Swords is where there's somebody laying on the ground with 10 swords stabbed in its back, right? It's one of the most painful cards in the deck. It's one that often is warning you about relationships where someone could be stabbing you in the back, or it could be warning you about someone who is in your life that is not good for you, that's causing you a lot of pain. Okay. So when you kind of graduate and you get through and that cycle closes, then what we have is um, once the cycle closes, you kind of graduate and go to the next level, and that's the Page of Swords. And she does not look in pain at all, does she? And look, she's barefoot walking on a sword. So, with this energy of all of that pain in your past, with your relationships, all of that energy falling off and falling away from you, okay? The beauty of that is that you really are ready for a fresh start. So, December for you, Virgo, I'm excited for you. You're not seeing it and feeling it. There's a part of you that is feeling a real split. That's our Two of Swords energy. Remember, the swords is about your thoughts. So, I feel like your thinking has not caught up to the reality of how ready you are to really try this again. She's got her book and she's got her light bulbs, her ideas floating above her head. She is determined to walk forward. Doesn't matter what's gone on in the past. She's going to manifest what she wants right now. Very serious, fantastic. This is your base. This is what you're not seeing. What you are seeing is this choice. Now, it could be that it's that you're good. I'm glad, Nicole, because really getting rid of the weight of it, it always starts inside first. Remember that when you're manifesting, you manifest ideas before you manifest concrete things. So when we're looking at the Two of Swords here, there is a decision that's to be made. Now, for some, I'm hurrying a little bit because my phone just said it's about ready to run out of energy. So everybody send energy to my phone. But so with the Two of Swords, though, I mean, I'm a woman, duh, but I overanalyze. I've been accused of that my whole damn life, right? And that's like these two crows inside of me going, back and forth, and pulling me, pulling me, pulling me. I don't want to make the wrong decision. I've had failed relationships. If I go forward, I want to do it right, all that kind of thinking, forcing people into this let's learn, let's learn. But what we're forgetting is it has to be playful. If there's not playfulness, it's not sustainable. Pam Grout, my hero, author, need to look her up. Pam Grout, Think and Grow Rich. But what she teaches is anything that's not fun is not sustainable, and that's the truth. Page of Wands is here. The wands are our manifesting suit. It's fire, it's passion. It comes, the Ten of Wands is a card of burden, huge burden. So this shows something's been released for you, Virgo. And I get goosebumps when I realize that for you. So you have two energies right here backing you up with lots of youthful energy, lots of connection to your inner child, a part of you that you've been disconnected from. I'm getting the sense that with this justice card here, you may be waiting for a settlement. You may be in the middle of a divorce, or you may be trying to get your belongings back from somebody that took them and shouldn't have. It could be something like that. And for that, I'm sorry you have to be going through this, but the reality is you cannot, what do you call it, control other people's behavior. You can't manifest a faster settlement. Now, other manifesting teachers might disagree with me. That's cool. But for me personally, I know the only thing I can be sure of is manifesting my own mind and my own thoughts. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because life has taught me this, that the more I pin my joy and expectations on somebody else's behavior, the more miserable I am. And that sucks. And I don't want to live like that anymore. So I would say that if this reading is for you, that you are hanging between something that's not fair, that you're letting something bother you that's not fair. I would do, okay, one of my favorite techniques is using both hands for journaling, left hand and right hand. And this came from a book that it's not my original idea. And I can't remember the name of the book right now. I'll try to leave it in the comments. But you ask questions with your dominant hand and you let your non-dominant hand answer the question. It feels very awkward at first and there might be some self-judgment, but just ask like, hello, how are you? And then with the other hand, write whatever comes up. and then ask that inner part of you about this decision. You might say, why is it so hard for me to make this decision? And then put the um, pencil or pen or crayon in the other hand and write your answer. Only you know it. That's Murphy. Only you know what the conflict is and how much that it's draining you. Okay, by journaling from your dominant hand and your non-dominant hand, you actually light up parts of your brain. Sorry to get geeky on you, but you light up parts of your brain that don't light up otherwise. It's so anytime you put your brain into an awkward task like writing with the non-dominant hand, it wakes up a part of you that's closer to your inner child. Isn't that cool? So Virgo, let's wrap this up because I want to get to the question book for you. I want to wrap this up. You have an exciting month coming forward. The 2 pages are like a volcano of life. I mean, a tsunami of new life. These are two cards that show you have just released a big burden and you have endured a lot of emotional turmoil and you're really ready to launch into some excitement with these 2 pages showing up. Then you've got the decision. So whatever it is that's bugging you, you must decide to put yourself first, even though just a couple of affirmations I would use in a situation like this. Even though what's happening is completely unfair, I am choosing to see it as a temporary situation. Even though it's so hard for me to make this decision, the truth is I've made tough decisions before and everything always works out. Okay, so using those words, even though, and then create a different version. It's one of my favorite techniques for building affirmations. All right, and this justice. If something in your life is not fair, I want to give you a hug. Honestly, I mean, when you hit a thumbs up, that's like a hug to me. I love that this information can help you, and we are connected. Okay, but fine. If you have a friend with cards, if there's a pastor that you trust, or maybe even a counseling session or two might be helpful. That you don't have to go for life, but if you cannot make this decision, um, I see this as tension, right? A couple parts of you are ready to go like horses at the race, and then a couple parts of you are like, oh well, I'm not sure. Okay, again, if this is you, this is the perfect time for a private reading. This is a time when if we could put up 3 or 4 or 8 more cards out here, we'd have a lot more clarity. And I'm tickled though that the collective can receive from this because this is cool. Be glad to be a Virgo. It's an exciting time. Okay, as I said to Torians, if there's any questions about this reading or any questions for me, go ahead and add them to the comments below. I will make a video. You know, I love to make my 15-second videos. Those are my favorite. This is a luxury having all this time. But I do want to be able to address things that you'd like me to cover. Okay, so get a hold of me. Also, email is tarnishedangeltarot@gmail. It's real easy. Okay, let's draw from our moon deck here, the Moonology Manifesting deck for advice. And we have go deeper. Okay, let me take a breath. What this says to me is that there are a lot of superficial concerns. There's a lot of kind of dumb problems, stupid problems. Does that resonate with you guys? Some kind of um, silly bullshit that's kind of in your life right now. And so don't let decisions about stupid things bother this process, okay? Release whatever you can. The left hand, right hand journaling should help you release some things. And then let yourself go deeper. What do you really want? What's the most important thing for you when it comes to picking your partner? Do you want connection? Do you want sustainability? Do you want hot sex? I mean, it's okay to be honest with yourself, but go deep to find the answer. Okay? All right. So now what we do to close this, and then you know what, Capricorn, I'm going to have to put your reading into another live, and I'll do that because what's happening is my wonderful phone camera is running out of juice, so I have to plug it in and power up a little bit. Okay? But here's our book. This I want you to think of one of your love situations. And we want to think of something that could be answered with a yes or no. So I'll give you a second. You can always hit pause here if you're watching just to think about it. And then let me rush through the book and see what comes up. Be a better friend. Take a breath. How does this resonate with the question that you've asked? What's coming to my mind immediately is to be a better friend to yourself. So many times we try so hard to please other people, we forget about ourselves. So that may be what's resonant for you. And for others, it might be that this person would be a better friend than lover, right? Fun. At any rate, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on board and watching this reading. I love doing the lives. They're so empowering because the cards really do all the work. All I do is open my mouth and let the words come out. And the fact that so many of you hung in there and really want to have this information just thrills me, because bottom line, it's much easier to deal with this situation in the world we're in right now, coming into winter, when when we have so much cold weather and long dark nights where it is lonely and we want to have companionship. So I think it's going to be fantastic winter for those of us who are willing to go deep and find our own goals. Don't desire something somebody else wants for you. You know, what is it that you're wanting? So I'm going to have another recording. I'm going to do Capricorn, and sorry that I'm running out of time. On this, I should need to charge my phone up better, but I'm kind of a rookie at making videos. Thank you for being there and encouraging me along the way. I love you guys. So is there anything else I want to say to close this? Nope. I'm going to let you go plug in my phone, and I'll see you on the next live. Thank you for all the love, guys. Bye.